What's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. So yesterday we went 4-1 in the college bracket. I'm going to show you how I came up with this stuff. We actually took the models from different people, and they've been profitable over years for the NCAA brackets. There's an actual formula that goes behind this. I'm going to show you exactly. There's two very strong edge leans, and then there's 5 medium edge leans. What that means is that there's a confidence level on college on which ones you should be looking at. I'm going to show you all that stuff and exactly how this formula works. I've already ran it for today. These are not confirmed yet. I still have to go through the confirmation process, but it's a good start. So let me just walk you through what happened yesterday, and then I'll get right into the college leans. So yesterday we had a 13-7 day overall. That's just with everything. So it did break our winning streak. On our live channel, the stuff that I've been throwing out live, it went 9-3. So it was a slight profitable day on that one because of the odds. Overall, in the last 8 days, we're on a 99-30 run. I'm going to restart this after today. I'll restart this, this tracker. But you can see it's a 76.7% hit rate in the last 8 days. Okay, and a lot of that has to do with the live betting. So check out the pinned comment, the link in the description if you guys want to check this out. Also, if you want the day card for today, I've already threw out 3 of them in the VIP. So let me know what you guys think about this. These are all the wins from yesterday. We did have 7 losses, so it was a slight loss day because of that. But anyways, we had this was a live bet. This one was a live bet. This one was a VIP throw out there. Live bet, another live bet. This one I threw out. So this is one of the system plays that I'm going to show you. This was Arkansas at 9.5, and then Houston at a minus 14.5. Both of these hit, I should say one of them hit because it was a parlay. Then this was a live bet for Howard. Also another live bet, and another live bet. So you can see there's a lot of wins right there. Like I mentioned, it's a 13-7 day overall. So let me get right into the system here. So basically what this does is it looks at all the team rankings for every team. And let me just show you what the games look like for today. So this tool right here is called the SharpEdge tool. And basically it breaks down every single game. And you can see it gives you all the projections for all the teams and all the scores and everything like that. It also gives you their rank and the win probability that what's going to happen with these games. So once we have all this information, we look at the teams on the defense and the offense. So this actually travels very well overall because it's not just based on how favorite they are or how much of an underdog they are. This literally gets into the granular stuff, into the numbers. So for example, this one what is this, Michigan? I believe this was the Michigan game and Tennessee game. So you can see effective field goal percentage. Michigan outranks them right here. I'm sorry, this is defense, okay? So basically, the ones we're looking at is right here, okay? So the effective field goal percentage. So you can see right here, Michigan outranks them right there, okay? And then we got the free throws. So the free throw percentage. Free throw percentage, these guys outrank them also. You can see it's 73 and then 70 over here. And then we got the turnover ratio. If you look at the turnover ratio, where is this? Right here, assist to turnover ratio. So you can see these guys turn over the ball very slightly, not too much of a big difference there. So we go to the offensive rebounds, 25. So they're pretty similar, not crazy. And then on the defense, these guys are actually very good. So that's something to take note of, okay? Tennessee is much better defensive rebounder versus this is 321st versus first. Okay, so literally this is the best team for defensive rebounds. And then the assist to turnover ratio, which I just talked about over here. So anyways, it takes all this stuff into consideration. This is the system right here. So it takes all these numbers and then it weighs them. Okay, so this is a weight of 5. Free throws is a weight of 4. Turnovers is a weight of 3. Offensive rebounds is a weight of 2. And then the assist to turnover rates is a rate of 1. And then it breaks them all down just like this. This is 16 games today. USU versus Ville. And you can see the edge, it goes to UCU. And they have a small edge. okay, and then so on. I'm not going to go through all of these. Be ready to take a screenshot because I'm going to show you something very important right now. So this shows you pretty much how stable this team is on the left versus how stable this team is on the right. So, for example, all these teams pretty much. So the 1, 2, 3, 4. So these first four teams are very stable compared to a mixed, mixed, and so on. Okay. So once all that stuff is done, it's filtered out. All this stuff is using algorithms. But once all that stuff is filtered out, you don't have to even think about it. You get this final report right here. And this is what I want you to take a screenshot of. So there's a large edge over here for Miami, Ohio. And then there's a very large edge for Arizona. Now, I took a quick glance at the odds. So I think Arizona actually has, their odds are dramatically high. Okay, so this system right here is just telling you where the edge lies. It doesn't tell you to go with them because some of these games might be, the odds might be ridiculous. Like the spread might be minus 24.5, for example, or Miami, Ohio might be, minus 14.5 or whatever it is. So again, it just tells you these are very large edges and then medium edges. Okay. So take a screenshot of this. This is the games I'm going to be looking at. There's a lot of other stuff that goes into this. I have to, run it through different scenarios and stuff like that. But this is a great starting point. This is actually the stuff that I look at. And like I said, this went 4-1 yesterday, just based on this stuff right here. So anyways, that's what it is. I have them written down over here, the ones I'm going to look at. So it's Miami, Ohio, for example. If you guys want this tool right here that I'm looking at, it's called the SharpEdge. It's 2 weeks for free. Check out the link in the description for that. So Miami, Ohio, you can see they're supposed to lose this game by 13. Tennessee does have a huge edge over here as far as the win probability. The line did go from a 10.5 to it stayed at a 10.5. So this is what I'm talking about, okay? Just because one thing is very solid, so this might actually be an upset, or you can take the plus 10.5 if this is making sense. I hope this is making sense. So this doesn't necessarily mean that Miami, Ohio is going to win. It's just telling you that they have an edge over the Volunteers. I hope that makes sense. So anyways, Miami, Ohio, you can see is the ranked 30th team versus the 16th. Overall, the turnover, everything I've already talked about is on Tennessee's side. And then it does say that the projected is Tennessee supposed to win this. So already I can tell you, even though the first system is showing that we should be looking at Miami, Ohio, I'm going to stay away from this because everything else is matching towards Tennessee, especially when I'm looking at this weak defense over here. So Arizona is not giving me projected. Look at this line I was telling you about, minus 29.5. It did go up to minus 30.5. So this team is dramatically better than the other team. You can see this is the second ranked team versus the 133rd ranked team. The edge does lie with Arizona. So I guess, again, if we go back to this thing here, this is where you can truly find upsets, okay? So obviously this Arizona is dramatically better than the other team. I'm not going to keep going with that. But if you were to find a team that is, that is not so it's reverse logic, I guess, is that if this team has an edge, but then the numbers don't line up, then those are the teams that you should be looking at. This Arizona is going to be a very easy win for them. It would be very, very a miracle if the other team upsets Arizona, especially at a minus 30.5. So, anyways, this is an elite team. So I'm gonna check this off as a good play, but obviously I'm not gonna take that huge spread. So the ways I can there's a couple of ways I can play this. I can buy it back to the, let's say, minus 10 or a minus 14.5, just like I did the other play. Let me show you what I did yesterday, just as an example. So I took this one. Where is this? Where the hell is this? Right here. So I took Houston at a minus 14.5 and Arkansas at a minus 9.5. So that's the exact same logic you would do. So you would take, instead of taking that huge spread of minus 30, you would probably take it, let's say, minus 14.5 and then parlay it with something else. Or the other way you could do this is you would take this live. You would wait to see if, for any reason, the Long Island University Sharks start going down, and then you have great odds on the Wildcats, then you would take them live. So that's what we've been doing actually on the on the live scanner, which is actually part of this here. I'm not going to get into these details, but basically this is exactly what we've been doing, is taking these heavy favorites or, you know, numbers that have been shifting while the game is going on live. And that's how we've been hitting on these live bets. So anyways, I do like Arizona. I'm not going to take them at that huge spread. I'll do one more and then we'll go from there, guys. Let me know what you think. So the next one I'm looking at here is going to be Iowa. So this is a medium edge on Iowa. Anyways, you can see how huge this difference is right here. 92 for Iowa State, and then Tennessee Tigers is 66. So there's supposed 99% chance that these guys are going to win it, obviously. 7th ranked elite team. This is 16th ranked elite team. ICU, pretty much they get all ranked in every category. You can see this is very weak defense compared to an A grade elite offense. Points per game is dramatic. Well, not that crazy. 3 points. These guys allow a lot more points. So this is another example of a heavy, super heavy favorite. So this is just, again, I'm going to use the example that I just gave. I can now go look at the odds, and maybe I can get the, let me just look at what this current odds are, because it's not showing me the line move. I appreciate you all. If you guys want the free picks, go to the link in the description. Also, check out the SharpEdge. That's becoming more and more valuable as the days go on. And I'll keep adding more stuff that I need. Basically putting the tools that I'm using, and I'm putting them in there. Get the free picks. Thank you so much. Let's have a great day.